Hi everyone, it's Jarrod Bowen here. Today I'm on my way to Queen's Hospital to surprise Callum with these awards that he's won for all the work that he does for us.
I started in the trust as an apprentice when I was 19, so I've done that for 3 to 4 years, and now I'm the Education Centre Supervisor. But before I started this job, or even up to when I interviewed, I suffered really bad from like a stutter. Statistically, I think it's 1 in 5 people have some form of like a speech impediment. So if I can help any guys that may be in that same situation, yeah, that made me sort of like immensely proud.
I first got to know Callum in 2019. So as lovely as he wasn't necessarily very comfortable with large crowds and with lots of people. So fast forward to 2020 during COVID, and Callum was out there, he was a star, people got to know a lot about him. It really improved his confidence. And then we had a careers conference, and I think Callum there again was the star of the conference because his stammer disappeared. People had never heard him speak out loud for the first time. People had never heard him talk about himself for the first time. And the improvement in his confidence, it was so gratifying and satisfying. So last year around November or December, I wrote to all of our staff and I said, I'm very happy to have career chats with everyone. And the first person to come along was Callum. And he spoke very eloquently and very passionately about how there wasn't a men's network.
It was always an ambition of mine to have some form of a men's network, but I thought it was, like even from like a much younger age, I thought it was weird that there wasn't anything out there like for men. Myself, I went through sort of like a bad patch of mental health when I was a bit younger, so about sort of 20 to 21, and a big part of what got me out of that was sort of trying to focus on fitness, which is how the football aspect of the network sort of came about.
Before we knew it, Callum had a football team, and I think they won a football game actually. The West Ham supporters, suddenly we started to know who they were, where they were.
So the whole idea is just to create sort of like a positive and a safe environment for all men, like ideally inside and outside of the trust. I think that is probably the long-term aim, is to not only get like at least the majority of the guys here signed up. So the big part around the football is obviously it's quite a big part of my life. Being a season ticket holder at West Ham, it's sort of week in, week out, or daily really. So that was the easiest way to get people engaged, coming together and interacting with people they wouldn't normally do. I still remember my first game when you first walk up the steps at the bowling ground for the first time, and you just take in that atmosphere. Like, yeah, like it's something that stuck with me the whole time. So I've been a season ticket holder for the last 2 years. So I go with my youngest brother Harrison. And he loves it as well. So even though I'm the oldest of 4 boys, he's the only other brother that's sort of taken up the same addictive personality trait as me with that. It was always a dream of mine to have any form of association to West Ham. So the fact they've taken such an interest in the work I'm doing here with the network is unreal. When I'd emails back from the you all right, mate? How's it going?
Hello.
How are you?
Nice to meet you, mate. Got some stuff for you.
Oh,
You're a community champion, so
cheers,
I wanted to
thank you, mate.
surprise you with it. So
Amazing.
Want to drop that band. So yeah, for the work
Unreal.
that you've been doing.
Yeah.
And you was doing the interview, so I thought I'd come in and pop my head in and
Thank you,
by
mate. I mean, have you
surprise.
been waiting long or?
No, don't worry, we've been listening on the interview, don't worry. So, but no, I just thought come in, give it to you,
Appreciate
come and
it,
meet you.
Oh, thank you.
So well done, and thank you for obviously everything that you're doing. You're a West Ham fan as well, so I think it speaks about what we are as a club as well. So, no, I just wanted to come by, give you it, have a chat with you.
Within the last few months, in the middle of December, we set up the Men's Health Network, which was an ambition of mine from when I first started, because it was a bit of a shame when I found out it wasn't something that already existed. And for the launch event, it was only going to be one thing really. So so we got all the lads together at one of the local schools, or my local school, and we had a bit of a kickabout. So we just invited as many of the boys down as possible, and we all had a laugh.
But no, like I said, I just wanted to pop by today, give you this, say thank you, have a chat with you. Especially being a West Ham fan. So
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Lovely to meet you anyway, mate.
Pleasure, mate. Pleasure. Thank you, bro. Thank
See
you
where
again.
you're going to put these up somewhere. I don't know where you.
So I've got a little cabinet at the end of my car.
I
can wear this on around in work. Oh, amazing. I've got a little cabinet at the end of my garden where I have just all things dedicated to West Ham, so different pictures and plaques and things and artwork. And
there you go.
Yeah,
that's down to you now as well. So that's something that you can show off as well.
Yeah, no, it's surreal. Obviously, Jarrod being such a big part of the club, I think he really embodies everything about West Ham, even the way he plays, to like the way he is as a man. Like, yeah, you can tell he gives 110%, and he really cares about the fans and the club. Yeah, I can't think of anything better to motivate me for this year to actually try and push to try and get this as big as it can go.
Boys.